Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
The wait is over. This is your favorite prophetess, Prophetess Chanelle Jones, and I want to introduce to you my new non-traditional podcast called Kingdom Women Speaking, where you can expect a royal discussion amongst queens. Yes, Lord. And you can find me on New Orleans Talk Network. Tune in, world.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Powerful episode of Kingdom Women Speaking. You know your host, Prophetess Chanelle Jones, and our co-host, Evangelist.
Righty, good
Jones.
morning.
But look,
All right.
all the way from Baton Rouge. Mr. Blaming on the DJ. Baton Rouge in the building. Mr. Boxx, the hungry genius. We gonna blame it on the DJ.
Blame it on the DJ.
Yes.
No crumbs left on the table.
Mr.
Make a move.
Yes.
It's in the building with us today. And I want to
Amen.
thank you for this opportunity to sit down and talk to you. I want to thank you for coming on to the show, and blessing us with your presence. You are so humble.
I appreciate
Very
it.
humble.
You didn't leave no crumbs. When I asked you, he said, I'm going to take this interview too. No
Yeah,
crumbs
no
left on
left
the table.
That's the mindset. That's the mindset.
So I came in with the mindset, you know what? We local, but we major.
Right.
I can
Yes,
get this guy.
yes.
I love it. I love
can
it.
get this guy. Even
That's
though
how
he's
I felt.
very powerful, I was not intimidated by his greatness. I said, I need somebody that's great like that on the show. And then he brings a powerful force. I
Wow.
say this show need this.
Yes.
Wow.
It's not a queen unless it's a king behind her. So I say we got to get this thing on the show.
Amen.
Now, and then we're going to blame it on DJ later.
Girl, talk that stuff, girl.
Man, you make me want to jump out my seat right now. You got me fired up. For real.
Well, look, let me get the
For real.
people fired up too. I want you to check out his music. I'm going to let you see what I saw, and you're going to understand my excitement. So we're going to take a quick pause so you can see blaming on the DJ, and we're going to make a move.
Okay.
Check that out. We'll be right back. Kingdom Women Speaking.
What up, nigga?
What's up, King?
What up with, bro? What the business is?
Shit, man. Goddamn, getting ready. Goddamn, shit. You ready?
Man, hell no, what you talking about, man? Last night, bro.
Man, what you
We
mean
went too
last night,
hard.
man? We got the show in Alabama tonight. Nigga, last night wasn't a party. The party was 2 nights ago.
I know y'all probably wondering how I got here. It all started with a DJ.
Blame it on the DJ. Blame it on the DJ. Blame it on the DJ.
That was
Blame it on the
Magic
DJ.
Water, boy.
Blame it on the DJ. 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 Who can make them dance? Who can make them? Who can make them dance? Who can make them? Who can make them dance? Who can make them? Who can make them dance like this? I gotta blame it on the DJ. 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 Blame it on the DJ.
Oh, you know.
Blame it on the DJ.
DJ such and such got me moving like it's double dutch. I've been on my car manure, I go to sleep with bubble guts. Undercover slut, flow is nasty when I cover up. They read between the lines like they trying to park a shuttle bus. No, I'm not a dance rapper, in demand trapper. Rubber band grabber, competition cannot stand out. Trying to knock this Casamigos down like a sandcastle. If you shake it for the DJ, he gon' move his hands fast. I'm a rock star, pop star, sliding like a octar. Shorty wanna throw it back, pills, lockjaw. Fresher than your dresser under pressure, where the sock draw. Who are you to tell me that I'm not raw? I got a
Hey, man, hey, stop bumping my motherfucking radio thing, man. Hey, you bought my shit too many times. Who booked you? Who the fuck booked you? Hey, look, let me tell y'all something. What? That shit was shit. For one thing, you look like you need. Hold on, bro. Don't play my guy. You need chicken. Get your ass back. Don't fuck my chicken. Hold my chicken.
Blame it on the DJ. 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 Who can make them dance? Who can make them? Who can
was causing a concussion. I could slaughter a percussion, pick apart a raw discussion. Got a wave so colossal. Started parting if I'm brushing. Got my ego and my swag, kinda arguing and fussing. You can blame the disc jacket. He gon' break the ice like it's blitz hiking. Look his wrist rockin', how he switch pockets. Dancing and they tick-tocking. Overhead and boxers and the plunger. What that mean? That the DJ got this shit poppin'. Hit dropping. I'm a big goblin, scared of piss out him. Build relationships like Noah's Ark, but I don't dick ride him. Midas touch, you might get a hit just if you sit by him. Watch me and the DJs like a sitcom. I'm asking.
Who can make 'em dance? Who can make 'em? Who can make 'em dance? Who can make 'em? Who can make 'em dance? Who can make 'em? Who can make 'em dance like this? Who can make 'em dance? Who can make 'em? Who can make 'em dance? Who can make 'em? Who can make 'em dance? Who can make 'em? Who can make 'em dance like this?
I gotta
blame it on the DJ. 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 Blame it on the DJ.
That was
Blame it on the
magic,
DJ.
boy.
Blame it on the DJ. Blame it on the DJ. Blame it on the DJ. Blame it on the DJ.
Hey, y'all ain't gonna blame shit on me.
I know you enjoyed that. I know you
She
enjoyed
need to
it.
introduce me everywhere I go.
Oh, and she will get you excited.
Yes, Lord.
She
I
will.
need to give you the mic at my shows, and you introduce me on stage, and then that's it.
Yes, Lord. And guess what? She won't stumble. I won't. But you
look.
know what? I won't get into the name. Boxx the Hungry Genius. Did somebody speak that over you, or that's something you came up with?
You want me to tell you right now? Are we
Yeah.
still rolling? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, God gave me that name. God gave me
Lord.
that
There you
name.
go. Settled.
So it was Lil Boxx for years. And then as I evolved as a man, my music didn't reflect Lil Boxx no more. You know, so a young lady that was doing pictures for me, her name is Dee. She went to school with me. I told her to go check my music out years ago, and she hadn't seen me since high school. So she basically was like, okay, his name Lil Boxx. He telling me to check his music out. She had kind of already judged of what she thought the music was gonna sound.
Oh wow, come on, talk to me.
So after she shot my pictures, edited, came back, she said, I'm gonna be honest, you surprised me. She said, I thought your music was gonna sound this way based on your name, but she said your music is very mature, Chris. My real name Chris. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I had already been thinking about reinventing myself, but I'm like, other people not gonna give my new music a chance if I still had the name Lil Boxx. So I told God, I said, God, I need you to give me a new name because I have a lot of music I'm going to release, but I can't release it under the old name. And literally 15 minutes after I said that prayer, I got the name. A homeless man rode on side of me with his bike. He said, man, do you have some money? I said, I don't have no cash, but I can say a prayer for you. I said a prayer for him, and then he honked his horn on the way leaving me on his bike. But he had bells and whistles on it, a TV, everything. And I stopped. I said, man, that's your bike? He said, yeah. I said, man, you are a genius. Like, just saying that right there. And he said, thank you, young man. And as he was going his separate way and I was going my separate way, he said, young man, he called me. And I turned around. He said, I'm not just a genius. He said, I'm a hungry genius. He said it like that. And I was like, God, that's it. And I put Boxx D in front of that, and I put 4 other names on it, and I sent out a group text to people I trust, and I asked them to choose which name would they like. It was like Boxx the Go-Getter, Boxx the Hungry Genius, and I didn't tell them which one the homeless man gave me. And most of my peers, my mom, my mentors was like the Hungry Genius, so then I went with that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, because, you know, I think the Hungry Genius was best because it's letting people know I'm hungry for this, and it's a genius behind it. But I want to give a shout-out to my nephew, Christopher. You know, this guy's name is Chris, so therefore your name carry weight. If this Chris can do it, all Chris can do it. So, Christopher.
It's something about Christopher. It's a royal name.
Because he plays football, and he just got into an accident on what's the holiday just passed? Easter Sunday. And so it kind of really took him out of football for a little bit, so he had like 2 days of depression. But I'm like, cousin, I said, baby, you gonna be okay. Let your body heal, and you gonna jump right back into football. I said, you just a sophomore. You still got a lot of time to show yourself. This accident not gonna take you out. You got greatness connected to you, just like his name, Christopher. My nephew name is Christopher.
Yes.
I'm gonna quote
Speedy
you.
recovery for him, man.
Yes,
Real
Lord.
Speedy.
You know what? I'm gonna quote you.
Okay.
You say you say lead the people, Boxx, and understand nobody's coming to save you. You say, I'm going to lead the people with my music. What inspires your music?
What inspires is my everyday life. You know, I really don't like to pick up the ink pen unless it's something that's really going on in my life. You know, outside of the club music that I make, any heartfelt or real songs I make is really in real time. You know, music is very cathartic for me. So what I mean by that is, when I'm going through something or growing through something, when I go write about it, it heals me.
Yes.
Yes,
your therapy.
Correct.
Yes.
So when I go record it in the studio, whatever I have been going through is already released. It's gone.
Oh, so you're like our therapist.
Correct.
Yes,
correct. Exactly.
Like,
Man.
how would you?
And I just love the way he said how Jesus answered him right away.
God is
and he was able to really recognize that, you know?
Correct. You know, God is living. God is speaking to us consistently, 24 hours. It's those that can hear the voice of God, because he talks in a soft, still voice. That's why the Bible says, be still and know that I am God. And they say God keeps them in perfect peace whose mind stays on him. That's a real reality on how that works. Like, once you get into like a peaceful state of mind, it allows the Holy Spirit that talks softly to talk to you. And that's when he give you insight, understanding. But you got to focus yourself to hear the voice of God. And those that don't hear the voice of God, God has not left you by yourself, because he'll give you prophets and preachers. He'll give you somebody that speak like the homeless man spoke to you, because he has to use a person. He has to use a vessel. Just like Satan used a vessel, God used a vessel too. But you got to be, God does things that make you use your faith. Like, you had to use
faith
your
without
faith.
works is dead.
And he will bless the works of your hands, and he's blessing everything that your hand touch.
Man,
why don't you touch my hand?
Hallelujah.
I receive it right now.
Yes.
For everybody. No, it's crazy. You
really though.
I just told my dog Carter Boy Fresh, he's my producer. I say, man, me and you right now, we have what's called the Midas touch. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Lord.
And not just musically, but everybody that we touch. And it's so, to piggyback off what you said, that's so crazy. Like, I gave my life to God at 13. I remember when my mom, you know, made me pray, and I was speaking in tongues and things like that. You know, and
it was made
you know,
yes.
One thing my mom always taught me was to have a personal relationship with God. So, you know, a lot of people go to church and they show up and that's like being present in class, but are you really, do you have a real relationship? You know, so, you know, me, I didn't start hearing God's voice maybe to probably like a year or two ago, but God has always spoken to me through metaphorically. So I'll be at a red light, or it'll be a commercial, or it'll be a sign, or it'll be then he started speaking to me through dreams. You know what I'm saying? Then the dreams started getting real vivid. Like, I'll dream something happened exactly, and then wake up and it'll happen like that.
Wow.
And then sometimes I'll dream something metaphorically. Like, I remember as I was transitioning from Lil Boxx to Hungry Genius, I would keep getting shot in a dream. And I was like, well, I know I'm not going to get shot in real life. And when I read a book on dreams, it was saying basically that transitioning was happening. It was time to kill the old me and become the new me, but I was fighting it. So every time I was getting shot in a dream, I was trying to wake up, but that's really what I was doing in real life. I wasn't embracing the guy that y'all see today. I was still 1 foot out, 1 foot in. I'm like, okay, man, I want to be this entrepreneur, this businessman, but I still want to be from Sherwood, my hood, and I want to be the hood dude, you know what I'm saying? And I was fighting that. So once God started talking to me through dreams and things like that, I was like, wow, this is crazy. So I could be somewhere, like I knew I was going, like today in my spirit before I pulled up here, I say, man, something big gonna happen today.
Wow.
Y'all had already set the tone. For real, y'all had set the tone. And then I just kept driving. I say, something big gonna happen. And then I got off live. And then I got a call for a potential to be in a reality show as soon as I got off the live. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I felt it in my spirit. Something big was going to happen. I didn't know what it was.
Hallelujah.
So, man, you got to have that personal relationship, though.
exclusive coming through. And then honestly, the way you explain it just shows like your development of your faith.
Correct.
And levels of faith.
Yes,
So that was kind of good. God taking you from not hearing his voice lightly, hearing his voice, seeing the visions and the dreams. That's another step.
Yes.
And then
that was his levels.
That was levels. And then actually hearing the voice of God and hearing him instantly.
Right.
Because even like with my practice, when I say it's consistent, God tells me, like, I trust the Holy Spirit with my words, that we are so in tune that I can just let him talk. I can let him use me as a vessel.
Yes.
And I don't even put my thought and my mind into it.
Like, hear it clearly.
Just have your way.
Right.
You know what? And I'm going to ask you this question. How would you describe your music? Is it faith-based? Is it hip-hop and R&B? Because, you got to blend,
Man, I would say it's more of high-class inspirational music for hustlers, right? And when I say hustlers, not just, drug dealers, but people that want something better out of their life.
Right.
It's hard to put my music in a box, no pun intended, because I will give you a street record, but even in my records, my music always has a message. Even in my club bangers, I have messages in it. So my music is inspirational. What kills me in a good way is, man, I have fans that reach out and be like, because of your music, I'm off crack cocaine.
Oh, yes.
So it's like when I get them type of DMs, I'm like, man, I didn't know I had this much influence. So my music has evolved to more inspirational. When I first started, I was super street with my music and my appearance and how I carried myself. But as I evolved as a man, then my music started to evolve. I can't even write a record unless it's telling somebody to become a better version of themselves. I can't just write a song and it just has no meaning or no substance to it.
Come on. I love it. Well, we're going to let you guys be inspired and check out his music as we take a quick commercial break. We will be back with the genius himself, Boxx the Hungry Genius, Mr. No Crumbs Left on the Table. Mr. Make a Move. We're going to take a quick commercial break and be inspired by his music. We'll be right back. Yes, Lord.
Yes. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
You ain't never heard a beat like this that'll make you really wanna move your feet like this. You ain't never heard a beat like this that'll make you really wanna move your feet like this. What it's doing? It's making me move. 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 Can't stop making me move.
Moving like the Sandman, like I hear a band playing. Shorty on the handstand, she just wants some bands. Barracuda mover, disturbing the peace like Ludacris, moving like Uber chicks who maneuver on foolishness. My Adidas, no hokey pokey, I'm sticking my shoe in this. Wrist game fly, it came with a stewardess. Look, Nike, I'ma see a check, dripping like some preacher sweat. Sick dog, you ain't gotta be for you to see a vet. Sauce all on my coattail, my name rang like dope bells in a hotel with 412s. I propel on the dope scale. I move for the money like a trap phone with a coke sale. Can't bring this nigga nowhere. My ass, I'ma show them.
You ain't never heard a beat like this that'll make you really wanna move your feet like this. You ain't never heard a beat like this that'll make you really wanna move your feet like this. What it's doing? It's making me move. 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 Can't stop making me move.
Verse 2, this the curfew. I'm about to go in. This track is like a sew-in. I'm about to kick the flow in. EQ done drop the bass line. He about to kick the dough in. My hustle grand, they be on my tip like I brought Dro in. Happy feet, I'm not a penguin. Me and money can't distinguish. I speak entertainers English. Who you know can tame a genius? Stevie Wonder came to see us. Adios and Buenos Dias. Trying to wake their speakers up, they sleeping on the Pioneer. I'm the diarrhea. You know this a vibe here. Working on the dance floor, but I ain't got a job here. Annabelle, we seldom have to put down the fella. Stay surrounded better. I'm jigging. This what I'm trying to tell you.
You ain't never heard a beat like this that'll make you really wanna move your feet like this. You ain't never heard a beat like this that'll make you really wanna move your feet like this. What it's doing? It's making me move. 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 Can't stop making me move. Middle Finger Production.
You know it's Boxx the Hungry Genius, and you tuned in to the Kingdom Women Speaking Podcast on the New Orleans Talk Network. You know.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
The wait is over. This is your favorite prophetess, Prophetess Chanelle Jones, and I want to introduce to you my new non-traditional podcast called Kingdom Women Speaking, where you can expect a royal discussion amongst queens. Yes, Lord. And you can find me on New Orleans Talk Network. Tune in, world.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Welcome back to Kingdom Women Speak. I know you guys are hyped. We are excited.
We
in
hype.
the studio.
We hype.
We have Mr. Boxx.
We turned up, man.
Yes.
The Hungry Genius, all the way from Baton Rouge. We want to thank them for this opportunity for
Thank
coming.
y'all.
We're going to continue to interview. Like, let me tell you something. You are no stranger to suit and tie. Well, let me just say, you look amazing.
I appreciate
You
that.
look
I
amazing.
appreciate that.
Absolutely handsome.
Are you a commercial rapper? You know what I'm saying? Because you're so clean.
I'm clean, but I promise you I'm from the trenches. I promise you I'm from the trenches. I promise you, man. I'm from the trenches. I just make it look good.
You do make it look good.
It's
You
looking
are
good.
black
It's
excellence
looking
to
good.
To the T, you know what I'm
I
saying?
receive that. Thank
Yes,
y'all.
indeed, Lord. I'm telling you, listen, I said, you know what? This guy is clean.
Right.
You know, but
Look at me.
this guy is clean. But you know what? You do have your time when you, even when you dress down, you still have the elegance to you. You know what I'm saying? So we want to thank you just for that. You gonna start a whole nother trend of rappers.
I receive it.
I'm serious that everybody gonna come out the hood way and they gonna feel good about themselves.
Correct.
And I hope that my nephew sees this and get inspired.
People treat you different based on how they, how they view you,
Yes.
I'd be lying to you if I told you that I didn't get treated different like this versus when I have on my urban clothes, you know what I'm saying? So it's a good feeling.
So blame it on the DJ. Do you see yourself as a conscious rapper? Like I know I asked about commercial, but are you conscious?
Definitely.
I hate to say J. Cole, but that's the one I can think about who's conscious what they rap. Not to put you in a box, but I see you.
Not to put Boxx in a box.
Yeah, no. Because there's a lot of different styles of rap.
Right.
And you're making your own lane.
Yes,
which
ma'am.
you're standing out. And like a lot of people try to get a gimmick, like what the 6ix9ine with the different color hair, something to stand out to make you different, like a political stunt or something like that.
Correct. Yeah, I don't like that.
Huh?
I don't like when people do stuff like that. I get it's the entertainment business, but I guess you could say I'm a conscious rapper. I have conscious records, and I'm always conscious in all of my records. So I never thought of it like that. I just always thought of speaking my truth, and always putting the medicine in the candy.
Ooh,
so you give the
that
people a dope beat, and then you say something very deep on a dope beat. You putting the medicine in the candy.
Yes, Lord.
By the time they get caught in the hook, and then they go back and really listen, they like, oh, he dropped a lot of gems. So I guess you could say I'm a conscious rapper. I choose when I want to be conscious.
Right. So a lot of people do this for the fame and for the money. Most people don't do it out of pure heart. And I see that you have a lot of passion with your music and with your fans. Like, what do you want the fans to take from your music?
I want them to know that the music is authentic. I want them to know that it comes from a real place. I don't just go sit down and say, I'm gonna write this because I think that they are like this. Just it's written for me first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I write the music for me first, and then it helps me not have to chase fame or what they might like. Because that's a rat race. That's a whole rat hole trying to write a record where you think this demographic of people gonna like it, and let me get a radio record and let me write a street record. I just, whatever the beat make me feel in real time, then that's how I create.
Let me hear a beat, because
he's really a motivator.
I'm rapping right now.
He's rapping.
Okay.
His rapping is really like a motivator.
Right now. Because I'm feeling the energy.
Right. Look, that's how I be feeling.
It's a transfer in energy. I don't know, like when a singer came on, I just felt as if I could sing. I started singing.
Which song you talking about? Talking about Faith Cry? Hey, I mean, that record was wrote from a real place too, so you know, yes, ma'am.
Well, I know you answered one of my questions. I was going to ask you, do you write your music? And you told me that. So, do you do ghostwriting for other people?
I do. I do.
Wow.
I'm building my clientele up with that. Really, God just showed me that I'm much more than an artist. So I had to find out that using my mind and my ink pen is bigger than just writing a song. So I've written obituaries this year. I've written jingles for kids, so I'm starting to use my pen in more than just songs.
Well, how about you use your pen towards this way?
Okay.
Because I will have a original song, because we do use the Yes Lord song from Kevin Gates for the show. And I would
shout
love
out Kevin
Gates. Yes Lord, Yes Lord. But I would like original songs. So let's see if we can get into the studio. And also I would like to do like a mixtape.
Okay. Now she rapping now. Yes. Now she like, how people be like, I do this, but also my little nephew.
Yeah.
He got 4 mixtapes. Like, I got a little tape by you.
Songs.
I'm with it. I'm with it. Produce it. We get Carter Boy Fresh to produce it. You know what I'm saying? We with it.
Okay. So I can start my music career, but I'm just joking. But I would like to do. I'm joking, but I'm serious. I want to do like a mixtape, like 3 songs.
I'm with
it. And I'm going to carry that for life.
Pharaoh got the studio. Look, I'm with it. We keep it in-house. I'm totally for it. I'm serious.
I would travel to Baton Rouge on a Wednesday.
Okay. On a Wednesday. She had to be.
She got to make that
I got to go. Yeah, I got you.
I work 6 days a week. I only have Wednesday off. You know what I'm saying? Wednesday, I have to be very productive on my Wednesday.
You maximize I love it.
Yes. So we'll travel. Now, once you establish yourself in the music industry, do you see yourself crossing over into movies or plays? Or
Definitely.
Coming soon.
Yes.
Coming soon.
Definitely. I received that.
Yes.
I do. At first I didn't, but then my peers before me, the TIs and all the other artists who've already been successful, they just made it possible. Let me know that that's possible for you.
Yes.
Lord.
So but when I first started doing music, I just wanted to rap. I didn't think about movies and marketing and production and a CEO. None of this was this was all God.
Yes.
I just wanted to rap. So
well, let me ask you this. One thought can control your whole mind and how you feel. Like, what do you do when you have writer's block?
I keep writing. I very, very rarely have writer's block. So if something just not working, I'll just keep banging my head till I get it right. Sometimes I'll write a full song and I'll get down to that one last bar and I'll be stuck on that bar for about 2 hours. But I'm so much of a perfectionist with my art. I don't even want to turn the beat off because I need to stay in that zone I was in. So if I got writer's block, I'm not shutting off the beat until I get that last line.
Perfection.
I don't walk away and come back to it, but everybody has a different process.
That's good. You know what? We're not going to walk away from Boxx. We're going to keep him in, but we want you to enjoy some more of his music while we take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with the genius in the building from Baton Rouge. Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon Big Fave Favorite, and Inside the Trenches podcast is back, baby. We back. Y'all make sure y'all check us out for excellent season, and you can check us out on NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Y'all make sure y'all follow me at Big Fave 504. We back at it, baby. We in them trenches.
FanView Live, new time, 12 p.m. each and every Thursday on the New Orleans Talk Network. Join me, that boy Fred.
G Sports in the building. Coach Hurricane Hint.
Yeah, I'm woke. Elevate.
Ball game.
You dig. You dig.
Here at Jones Insurance, your full-service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana, 772. Contact Lois at 504-348-1492.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Welcome back to Kingdom Women Speak, and I know you guys are excited and hyped. You know, if this is your first time checking out his music, I know you are impressed. Mr. Boxx, the Hungry Genius, is with us today in the studio. So
I just love that name.
Yes, I'm telling
I do. I really love that name.
Yeah, and anybody that's listening,
thank you so much.
We're going to get into Fake Cry. You know, it's a great song for anybody that's dealing with mental health, or if you in the midst of a storm and your faith is starting to weary. This is a great song to listen to. Now, what's the benefits of this song? And like you say, you put your medicine in the song. So what's the medicine for this one? Is there any side effects to the song?
It is. So the side effects is for people that come from backgrounds like us, and when I say backgrounds, meaning being strong in faith. I think the pandemic, it took a toll on people who thought that they were strong prior to the pandemic in their faith. So I did see people that always believed in God start to question God during the pandemic.
Right.
Like, God, I knew you was real before this, but are you really real now? So Faith Cry was more of a, it was more of a song saying, hey, I know that your faith getting super weak because maybe this is a new level for you in terms of a storm, but like if God helped you before,
come on, it's the same guy. He don't matter the storm.
Yes, he gonna bring you through the storm.
You know, we all dealing with life, and if you're dealing with mental health issues, there are people out here that can help you. If you look on the screen, we're gonna put up the 1-800 number so you can reach out and get some help. Because I have a coworker whose children was dealing with some mental health issues. I'm also a crisis counselor, and I'm counseling somebody who actually saw their son get their head blown on, like had to witness that. You know what I'm saying? I believe God has given her a great amount of grace. Is a great grace placed upon those people. You know, so I wouldn't say God would numb them, but God would take them into a place mentally in their mind so they don't lose their mind. Right. So it is okay to cry because Jesus cried when Lazarus died, but he didn't stay in that position.
Correct.
So he kept going and doing the work of God. So you can have those human emotions, but a lot of people grieve themselves to death because they don't know how to control their mind and they don't know how to, take that stuff from that trauma and come back into a real reality. So you can deal with those things You can have those human emotions, but don't stay there. Correct. And I believe you gave an outlet. Not saying that's why I asked, was your music kind of faith-based, because you can hear a lot of your faith in those music. And the Fake Cry, this, I think, that was the one, you know what I'm saying? For people that's dealing with mental health, I think you should check that song out. And Boxx himself is a therapist, so you can trust.
Okay, I done added a new title to me. You know what I'm saying? Therapist. I done added a new title today.
You can trust his word, like he said. He's leading the people with his music, and I feel as if I'm leading people with the gift that God has given me. God would use multiple gifts. It's like that multiple positions in the body of Christ. You have your preachers, teachers, pastors, bishops, and evangelists. God will use the whole fold just to come to you. God has had this divine intervention just for you. The person that's dealing with mental health, this was just for you. You was watching it. You're watching this for a reason. Yes. And God loved you so much that he's putting different type of helps out there for you. So I pray that you receive that and listen to Fake Cry. You may start crying.
You may start crying, right.
But it'll purify yourself. You know what?
And it's going to relieve some stress.
It is.
And with you have dabbled in a plethora of things. You here, you down. But I'm going to tell you, this man of God has the HBCU. We want to talk about that. You know, Hungry Boy Coaching University,
Yes,
and this is where you help artists all over the world. You know, tell us a little bit about the HBCU.
God gave me that vision like a few years ago. I just acted on it. I was really apprehensive on it because I was scared of the responsibility. But my passion for helping artists is just, you know, that's just something he gave me. And, you know, my cameraman, Pharaoh, he can attest to it. He's always around me. I'm mentoring artists. I'm calling them. They calling me, Boxx, what do I do? And I'm like, man, I need to create something where I can streamline and help all of them. Because the influx of calls got overwhelming. They like, Boxx, look, I just need to be on side of you. You know, if you can't sign me to your label. So it became like so many people was like, just lead me. You look like you know where you're going in the right direction. And I'm like, okay, God, I got all of this influence, but what do I do with it? So he gave me HBCU, and then I'm also playing off of the HBCU. You know what I'm saying? So Hungry Boy Coaching University. And I say, you know what? You know, I talked to my mom. My mama had prayed for me one day. She said, God told me to tell you to think bigger, you know, think bigger, you know. So Lord. I was like, you know what? Let me just go for it. Went and got the paperwork done. And I say, man, it's not going to be perfect when we start off, but it needs to start. So I already have the artists. Now it's about putting the infrastructure together to help them, you know.
And so, and now you know it's bigger than Chris.
It's way bigger than me. And that was the scary part, because I take pride in my face card and keeping my word, and I don't want nobody to be like, man, Boxx led me the wrong way. So that's what had me scared. But then I'm like, man, God, you know, these people trust me, and I'm never going to tell somebody something I didn't do or not no factual information. Right. Yes. So most of what I'm doing right now has been consultation, but it'll evolve into a website. You'll be able to watch videos physically, and then I'll start doing seminars. So we starting small right now, but we thinking big.
Oh, yes. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? And then just to help you out for us and with the teaching, like once you show them, you're not responsible how they receive it or how they respond to it. Correct. You know, you're responsible for getting that information out there. Yep. And once the information out there, if they're hungry like you, they're going to be taking it. They, you know, I value nuggets. I value gems. You know what I'm saying? So when I respond, I'm going to respond to show you, I'm going to give you proof that I was listening. Correct. I'm going to have evidence that I value your time. Yeah. You know, so once again, you was worrying about how people gonna take it. Don't let that be a thought at all. Yes, you just present the information to them, and it's gonna come out. And another thing, you are a lyrical genius. That's why I said that name. Look. You honestly, you're really training people. Every time they say that name, you know, your creativity gets higher. Every time they say genius over you, God is giving you more wisdom, more understanding, and more knowledge. That's why I say that was genius for you to say that.
But you know what? When I first got that name, people was questioning me like, they like, man, the name too long, you know, things like that. And I'm like, yeah, it is based on the industry standards, but I never came into the industry with industry standards. Like my first record deal, I was signed by 2 lesbians for 8 years. So nothing about my career has ever been normal. Everything has been unorthodox. And then it took time for me to get used to Boxx the Hungry Genius and then walking in it. And then once I got in it, then the people started saying my name with conviction. So now when they call me to the stage, it's not we got Boxx the Hungry Genius, Boxx the Hungry Genius. Like they saying
with authority, you know what I'm saying?
So I'm like, okay, cool. And when you think of that name, you really don't think rapper. You don't know what to think. I could be an author. I could be an actor. I could be. So the name has a umbrella of a plethora of things I could be. Wow. So I don't put myself in a box just by the name within itself.
You don't put yourself in a box.
So that's all God.
No level. And I don't want to. We went through something real fast, but I'm gonna bring it back.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna bring it back. You know what? One thing about it, a straight man supporting the LGBTQ community, that's powerful. You know what I'm saying? And so the cancel culture can't come for him.
No. Look, my best friend, Candace, she's still my best friend, you know, but I didn't know nothing about that at 17 years old. And people would be in my ear like, man, you know, that ain't a good look, man. You're a heterosexual man. You signed to 2 lesbians. But I would always say, you know, I don't look at that. These people gave me an opportunity. They put money behind me, and then they became my family. And then even when my contract ended with them, Candace became my best friend, and we still great to this day, you know, and I've always been comfortable in my skin.
Come on,
in
Holy
that
Ghost.
community.
Come on,
So,
Right,
what you
yes.
say?
you know,
That's one thing I love
know.
that. You know what I'm saying? And you can really tell, like, if a straight men and a gay person come in, the ones that's uneasy, that's the ones that got
Right.
dealing with something personal with themselves. So you
Right,
should be
I've heard
securing
that.
yourself, so anybody should be able to walk in a room and it doesn't move you. But
Right.
I won't talk about stuff that you make people move. You guys
Okay, I
make
love the
them
segue.
move.
I love the segue.
You know,
I love the segue. You the truth, man. High five. I love it. I love that. I love it. She on it. She on it.
I try my best. You know, I'm showing that you can trust me with your gift and your talent, and you'll just be in my lane,
Man.
and you'll see my gifts and my talent. Now I'm not a rapper.
No. No, but you definitely have the gift of gab. You can speak.
Yes,
you
Lord.
articulate
Yes, Lord.
yourself.
Yes.
Both
Oh
of
yeah,
y'all. So,
yeah. I feel as if I communicate. I have excellent communication skills, and I even learned the proper way to communicate. So
Correct, you do.
they don't know the hard work about it. Then I read in a book, Les
Brown.
not Les Brown, Les Gibson.
Les Gibson, okay.
And that's the skills with people. And I also, because I say no matter what you do, you're gonna be working with people.
Yes.
Even if you decide, hey, I don't want to deal with people no more, I'm gonna go and deal with animals. I don't want to deal with humans.
You still
But
communicate.
you still got to deal with the owner of the animal.
Exactly. You still gonna
So you
communicate.
still gonna have
What's the name of that book?
Skills with people.
I'm gonna go buy that.
I think
I
you
love
should. And
reading.
it's only $13.99 off of Amazon. You know what I'm saying?
I love
She
reading.
will give you.
I know.
price.
Look, I know. Cause know why I know you love reading, because the Make 'em Move motivational Mondays.
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
Make
you
'em-
been doing
Oh, she
doing
does
that
her homework.
research, man.
She does her homework.
She
Yes.
I'm
does.
gonna do my research because I wanted every interview to be authentic, catered to the guests. You know,
That's
take
right,
it to
right.
the
I already
next
felt
level.
like that.
I don't want nothing to be the same questions. Don't nobody get the same question, because the whole interview is designed to you, acknowledging
Yes,
your
I
gift,
feel like
everything that you've been through. So I take the time to research the person,
Right.
so I can give you the best of me.
Man,
So
you
if
are
I
doing
know
an
you,
amazing
I can
job.
know the questions to ask you. If I
Correct.
don't know you, everything will be surface level.
Right.
So
You
I
are
wanted
100%
to pull it out you. I want to
Yes.
get them
No,
gems.
no.
I want
Get them
to
gems.
nuggets.
Yeah. Hey, look. I
I'ma
know.
pull it
I
out
feel
you,
like
you
I
know?
feel that way.
And you have a way with words. You know, have you discovered your purpose, or do you feel as if you're walking in it?
I've never had nobody ask me that.
Yeah, because you give out so much motivation. You know what I'm saying? It feels as if you understand your purpose for life.
You know what? I'm gonna be transparent. I don't understand my purpose yet, but I know, teaching is in the forefront. You know, that naturally comes to me. My grandfather was a teacher, so I got his teaching spirit. So I can't help myself when I'm around giving gems away and things. So I don't know exactly what my purpose is. I used to think music was my purpose, but what I found out is the different lanes God put me in was just vehicles to get me to more people. You know, so even with me being a life insurance agent, that's just a way to get me to more people. Even with me being an artist, it's a way I always find my way with these gifts. It just puts me in front of people. You know what I'm saying? So for me to do music and people be like, man, I didn't commit suicide because I heard your song, but my music was a conduit to get me there. You know, or I done been in people's homes and sold them life insurance or helped them with a financial game plan, and they like, man, we was just praying for somebody to come help, and then you show up. So it just be ways to people.
You be in the right place at the right time.
So I don't know
Because
what
we
the
got
purpose.
the right man with us.
Yes, yes.
We got I see that you focus. Your focus is not just on the music, but it's on the business side. Do you feel do you have a coach, somebody? Because I know it takes a team, a mentor.
Right.
Yes.
Do you have a mentor?
I don't have a music business coach. I've the most consistent coach I've had has been DJ Renee. Shout out to her. She's my godmother. And outside of her, it's just been different people in the Baton Rouge market that have gave me gems along the way as I've grown as an artist. But I never had one person that just kind of hold me accountable every day in the music business. That's kind of like why I started to become that person, because I didn't have that person.
Come on, Holy Ghost.
So
I love that. So what artists do you see yourself working with?
Oh wow! I definitely want to work with Rich Homie Quan.
Yeah.
You know, of course, Boosie got to go home.
Baton Rouge home.
You know, Drake, of course, the biggest artist in the world. Fabulous. You know, T.I. Jeezy, really most of the artists that I came up on, you know.
I would say you giving my era of rap.
Yeah, because when he said T, I was like,
yeah, I'm a big Tip fan. So, you know, I would like to work with these artists, but also now that I am a businessman, I would like to pick their brain on the business side, you know.
Well, I'm doing with you.
Correct. There you go.
So what's your favorite artist?
My favorite, if I had to pick one?
Yeah, if you had to pick one.
I'd probably say Tip.
Yeah,
I say Tip. Tip always, T.I. represents diversity to me. So he's the one that showed me I can come in a suit and tie, and then I can still be from the trenches, but then I can also have a certain dialect. I don't have to talk with an ABC vernacular, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. And also he just showed me you can wear multiple hats and stay true to yourself in all of these lanes, and live in different worlds but still be the same guy.
Yes,
you know
Lord.
what I'm saying? So I would say Tip, and he's lyrical as hell, and he's from down south. So yeah, I say T.I.
Okay. So do you feel as if you creating your own lane with your creative style of music? You feel as if you're creating your own lane? I
do. I believe my music is different because, like you say, my lyrical ability, but the things that I talk about, and then when you match the visuals with it, even my visuals have to tell a story. A lot of artists just go get a videographer and then they just shoot a video. It might look clear, but it has no message. So I like to have a story, the story in the song. I have to have a message in the song, and then I have to have a message in the actual treatment for the music video. So I'm telling you a story from beginning to end. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe there's room for artists that take the art serious from day one, 100%. You know.
Yes, Lord. So
and keep it real.
What's next for Boxx the Hungry Genius?
Getting the HBCU off the ground, like we say, to help the other artists. As far as me as an artist, nationwide, I just told my team the other day, I said, man, this is great what we doing. We on the road, knocking out the shows. But I'm like, man, my mind has always been on international. I won't be excited till we doing tours in Europe and Jamaica.
Oh, wow.
And, you know
Yes,
what I'm
Lord.
saying?
That's settled.
And we booked, and then I can bring 2 or 3 artists from my town that's a part of my label and have them open up and give that I share my platform, you know. So, but I'm going to be an international artist. You know, I already know that.
You know what? You spoke it. Once you spoke it, it's settled. It's the Holy Spirit, our responsibility to bring that to pass, because not being cocky, just being myself, I spoke you. And so I spoke you sitting down with me into existence.
Really?
I understand that we're nothing but a speaking spirit. And though the Bible says if you believe a prophet, you get a prophet's reward. And that's all my confidence when I go into prophetic after I finish preaching and I call somebody out. If you take me as a prophetess, you're going to get that reward. I don't have to ever see you again in life, because I know it's no power within me. I know it's the Holy Spirit that's bringing it to path. I can't bring it to path. I don't have to ever see you again. But what I've spoken over your life is going to come to path. And I spoke you sitting here with me. Man. I said, I'm going to get him on this show.
Yes.
You know what? And honestly, I'm going to give you like my secret, you know, like I know there's nothing but speaking spirits, and all we do is give the Bible a voice. You know,
never heard of that before.
Yeah, we give the Bible a voice. You know what I'm saying? God spoke things into the existence. You have these eyes and these ears so you don't run into things, so you can hear things. But it's just the spirit. The spirit is the only thing that goes back to God. That body and that soul gonna be here.
Yeah,
you know, so that spirit goes to Him. But like, and it takes people faith. The Bible says your faith is so believing it, be it unto you. So it takes faith to understand that your words are powerful. People haven't understood that yet. They understand that far as just a little bit far as in manifestation, speaking things into existence, because they've been saying it, but they don't really understand
it. Yes, they don't
really understand like what you say gonna happen, good or bad. And if you say, "Oh, I don't believe that," you're gonna get exactly what you just said.
Yes,
you're gonna get nothing. You get nothing. If you don't believe it, you get nothing.
That's right.
You know, it's that simple. It's so simple that people, the Bible is so simple, you need help to misunderstand. Caught that?
That was good. That was good.
That was
For real,
you need help.
It's a misunderstanding, but you got to remember all these people been preaching and they're giving you their understanding. That's why, and I'm also, and most people can explain because when we speak, we're painting real realities in the spirit.
Yes.
So yeah, it don't make no sense to have all this information in your mind if you can't transmit it. You got to be able to transmit that information. And so some people have a high vocabulary so they can articulate things in such a professional way, and all they're doing is showing you what's real in the spirit. We hear in this natural world, because that's what all people understand. Right. But it's a spiritual life that happens before this one happened.
Yes. I truly believe in that, and I always go back to my mom because my mom is just, I was raised by a single mother, but like my mom is a prophetess, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, Lord.
And she always would impute into me when I was younger, you're a leader, not a follower. She would, even before I knew what a leader was, and then, years ago, then I seen this prayer. I woke up out the blue in my bed, and I seen, how you wake up and somebody's on the infomercial at 2 in the morning praying. And I've always said this prayer since then. I always ask God when I wake up, I say, God, bless me with uncommon favor, wisdom, ideas, and execution. And I've always been saying that prayer since then, outside of my regular prayer. And then I have a 14-year-old son. Once I found out about affirmations and the power of being intentional, I taught him affirmations. So my son is 14. Since he's been 7 years old, every time I see my son, before he goes to sleep, I always ask him. He's prepped. I can call him right now. I say, what are you? He going to say, Dad, I'm a leader. I'm a hustler. I'm intelligent. I'm a child of God.
Lord.
I'm a champion. I'm
Speak
a
it.
Speak
it in him.
And that's our father-son bonding thing. So anytime he never swayed from any of that, I say, you speak these things over your life. I say, this, I might have to hold him accountable. I say that you wasn't acting like a leader in this situation, son.
Right.
So like you say, the things you speak over yourself,
even yourself,
and all of that. Sometimes I have to check myself and say, man, okay, either you're gonna be worried or you're gonna have faith. You can't just do both, my brother.
That's
so
right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's normal to worry, but then if you really have faith, the best way is to take action and know once you pray it's done and keep moving forward.
And what you're saying is that it's called the battlefield in the mind. Like once I understood God's voice, understood God's purpose, I can instantly know when doubt, unbelief, Satan.
Yes.
You can cut it off.
Cast that down instantly.
Cut it off.
I'm like, and I used to look, don't play with me.
Yes.
Don't play with me.
Right. Yes.
Because I talk to him. I talk out
really?
loud. I be walking and people be thinking I'm just talking to him. I'm talking to some type of thought Satan gave me. Like, look, go ahead on now.
Exactly.
Because when I know it's Satan, it helps me keep that peace. And people want to understand how I'm so consistent, but I give them my gems. I'm like, because I really know the voice of God and I understand my purpose.
That's
and
a superpower.
Yes, it is.
That's a real. Everybody don't have that. It's people, watch this. Let's just keep it real. It's people that don't even know God.
Yes.
So when there's people that don't know God, like think about us, we know God and then we know God. It's people that know of God and be like, you know what I'm saying? I know that God exists, but then there's people that's like, no, I got a person, I can pick up the phone and call my dog. You know what I'm saying? So when you think of it and it's that deep, I sometimes give people a pass when their thinking is flawed because number one, they might have not had the foundation that we had.
Right.
Number two, their life experiences might have made them say, I don't think God is real. So like you say, sometimes they see the God in you. So when you're around them and they see how optimistic you are and how you triumph through everything, it's like, I know a God exists because she keeps getting favored. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I understand that everybody didn't have a evangelist grandmother like me or a prophetess mom. Well, my mom has always told me you chosen, the favor of God is on your life, da-da-da-da-da. Some people might have come from a home where their parents told them you ain't gonna never be nothing.
Yes.
Good job.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
you're absolutely right.
they see the God through us, and then it's our job to just stay true. You got to be the change you want to see in others.
Yes,
right.
Lord. And a lot of people, they believe in God, but they don't know Him.
Yes.
Right. That's a difference.
They
a big
believe
difference.
in God, but they don't know Him. Like honestly, once you start speaking, I'm not trying to be cocky, but once you start talking, I know.
She's like, girl, be cocky. She giving you permission.
I'm like, I know where you are in your spiritual walk. Not saying I'm all the way there, but I'm not there, but I've left. So once you start talking, I know exactly where you are in the spirit because I've been through so many different levels of Christ. You know, I can like when I'm preaching, if I see somebody crying, I know where you at. If I see somebody running across the church, I know where you
My
at.
grandmother
You
used
know?
to run across the church.
I know where you are. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta tell people, I don't have to be there when you plant your garden. You know what I'm saying? But when the fruits start coming up,
There you
I
go.
can tell you what you planted.
Correct.
You know, I can look at your life and tell you what you've
Girl,
been
you
doing.
sound
I
like
ain't
the
got-
wheat in the tail.
That's why I sit back and I embrace people for who they are, and
Yes.
I understand I can't change nobody. I can inspire you, I can
Right.
motivate you, I can encourage you, but I know it's only the Holy Spirit that can change you. You know, so
I'm gonna tell you a secret. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. As much as y'all say, man, you know, you articulate and you came dressed nice, I have a hard time with that because a lot of people see the evolve me, but they didn't see Lil Boxx. And sometimes I wish they had, you know, because man, I used to live from pillar to post. I got expelled twice my senior year. You know, so many people took me in when I got put out, and me and my mom was separated for like a year or two while she was getting her life together, and while I was just staying aunties, best friends, things like that, riding the city bus, not having no car, you know, and just going through a real struggle, like for years. Kind of felt like for a while the story of Job. You know what I'm saying? But I always had God with me. So I'm talking one thing about me. I always been a hustler. If somebody would say, "Boxx, you can stay at my house, but you know you got to get yourself to work." Woo de whoop. I appreciate you. Boom. I'm gonna make sure I do all of that. So when people see me now, they could never fathom me riding the city bus for 9 months, and then after that week is over with for me riding the city bus, getting fresh to go do a packed out show. You know what I'm saying? Or people don't see where I didn't have no money, or I gave my last to my son's mother because I always been in his life. But then I might have to borrow from 4 or 5 people until I get back right. Or I'm staying at 2-3 people houses in between 2 to 3 months.
Tell your story.
So you know what I'm saying?
When people
don't see
this, it has me excited. But then it's like, man, I just want you to know I wasn't always like this. You know what I'm saying? So that's where my humility comes from too, because I still remember all them days of me really, really struggling, and it was really tough for me, and me getting put out, and me getting expelled, and my mama crying and not knowing what to do with me, and me just getting in so much trouble in a short period of time. And I just feel like, man, when they see this, they think, oh, he probably ain't never went through nothing. And it's like, man, if you
I already know you had to been through
you know
something.
what I'm saying? Like, sometimes the harder I smile, sometimes you don't know what's behind that.
Yes.
So, you know, that's what keeps me humble. I can never be on a high horse because it's like, bro, they might not know where you come from, but you know where you come from. So if you start acting like this, let me take you back down, brother, to where you.
I remember I used to take a bath in a bucket. No cap.
See what I'm saying?
Yes. Right.
You know, so I know that, and I appreciate it. I'm appreciative, but it's like when people see me, I look like the polished version, and it's like, man, this was a work in progress. You know what I'm saying?
But you know your
And it's still a
past
work in
always gonna
progress.
represent your future for you.
But you know you did things then. You doing things now. What's upcoming for you guys? Because I know you gave me some exclusive.
Yes.
Good news off camera.
So what's upcoming for me? Are you talking about musically or just in general?
In general, because you got some other stuff in general coming up.
Well, I am a licensed life insurance agent, so my goal is to open my own agency in Baton Rouge. Because I am a big influence in my community with that as well, teaching financial literacy. So my goal is to open my own agency. I'll be the first artist in Baton Rouge to open a financial agency. And then outside of that, just making sure that we scale up with the music. My goal long term is to be doing concerts by night, but then the same consumers that's paying to get in my concert can pay for a financial seminar by day. You know what I'm saying? So you can go to a Boxx seminar in the daytime where you get taught about stocks, bonds, investments, things like that. And then later on you go jump sharp, and then you see me turn up that night. So that's long term what I want to do.
Soulja Boy, he did it first. So
exactly. There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
You can't take that first
There you
from
go.
him, but you know what?
And just travel the world doing what I love with the people I love. I get a rush off of going to the Airbnb with my team and things like that. We eating together and we on the road and we bonding and we building. And I'm like, man, we starting out with a few right now, but it's gonna grow and be bigger. And just taking care of the people that I love, putting my mom in her first house, and giving other people an opportunity. I think my guy Johnny Domino, he told me the best opportunity you can ever give somebody is another opportunity to make money, so I want to put other people in position where they can feed their family and
we gotta stay connected. You got a lot of powerful things going on.
Oh yes.
Excuse me, is there anything you want the people to know about Boxx the Hungry Genius?
The No Crumbs on the Table campaign is out now. It's not just a slogan, it's a mindset. So we maximizing. You can find Blame It on the DJ on all platforms. Make a move. And really just, the motto for this year that I came into is, if it's to be, is up to me in 2023.
Yes.
So that's an affirmation I've been saying. When you're back against the wall, just say, if it's going to get done, I'm going to get it done. Nobody is going to come save you for real. Nobody's coming to save you.
Nobody's coming to save you.
Nobody coming to save you. And the quicker that people understand that, the more that they'll take ownership of their life. Life don't have to happen to you. You can happen to life. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
So how can people get in contact with you? Let's say if they want to book you for something.
They can call a number, really, 225-380-3765. Or they can find me, they can DM me on social media on Instagram, Boxx_hungry. And then I have people in place that'll reach out. Or they can email hungryboyrecordsllc@gmail.com.
He do have people in place to do these things. I've talked to your manager.
Hey, shout out to my team.
I got a real celebrity coming. I said,
Look, I appreciate it. It's about a team, and I had to learn that. And that's I don't know, did you see my last Motivational Monday?
I don't want to lie to you.
Okay, so the last one, and this is something I can leave y'all with. My partner talked to me about a lion and pride, right? A lion's pride is his team, right? His or her team.
Yeah,
and he said that a lion that has a pride, a team, lasts 10 years longer than a lion with no pride. A lion with no pride his life expectancy is about 2 years, right? So he said the reason because of that is because the lion that has no team, which is their pride, when they can get wounded, they can get hunted, and they have nobody to nurse them back to health, right? But the lion with the pride, with the team, has other people that they can delegate, that can go hunt, that can bring food back to the stable, everything like that. And one thing that I learned is sometimes we want to do everything by ourselves, and we have too much pride to go build a pride, right? So we have too much pride to go get a team. So I just wanted to leave people with, man, don't let your pride get in the way of you having a pride, because you can't do it by yourself. And once I learned that if I want to go real big and real far, I need to have a team. It made me start saying,
that takes me back to the Jesus days, because we know how Jesus was. He had it all. He was a creator.
Correct.
But you realize that he did have a team. That was his disciples.
And I didn't know for a long time that they was from the trenches. I didn't know that.
Yes.
I did not know Jesus' disciples.
I knew.
That Peter.
You know what I'm saying? I did not know they was cut like that.
Yes.
But Jesus had 6 disciples that had a cursing issue to the day that he died. Peter cut the man ear off. James and John wanted to call fire down from the sky like Elijah. When the Samaritans rejected him, they wanted to consume all them people. And Jesus like, no pimping. I got it.
Yes.
Right? And that's when Jesus said, dust your feet off when they don't receive you. See, they wanted to kill him.
Yes. Yes.
No,
yes.
I did not.
Jesus? Y'all not going to accept? Man,
God,
look. Give me some fire from the sky.
You don't know who they messing with.
Y'all not going to accept this man?
I didn't. Look, bro, I really didn't know that.
Man, that's why I tell people, like, if you judging me, man, you don't know God.
Yes.
You don't know God.
And look, you said TD Jakes earlier. TD Jakes said on the thing I seen one time, he said, if you think you're going to build a kingdom with nothing but people that look, act like you, and think like you, he said you'll never get big. He say sometimes you got to be comfortable with building a kingdom knowing there's people in your camp that has an ulterior motive.
Yes, Lord.
And it hit me because in a perfect world, we want 100 of us to be on the same team with us.
Right.
Now, of course, we want people with morals and values that line up with us. But Jesus has, think about his disciples. he knew that somebody was gonna stab him in the back.
Yes,
right?
he did.
He still led. He knew I got killers, murderers, people, but he still led them, and he still knew overall they're gonna help me with the overall goal.
Peter denied him 3 times. You know what I'm
saying? So, you know, I think being more Jesus-like with all of us, having that attitude of gratitude, that leadership, and that forgiveness for people, and still sticking to the vision, even though, you know, hey, man, everything not going to be peaches and cream, and I don't need to judge these people. I think, man, if all of us was just a little bit more Jesus-like in terms of leadership, the world would be a better place, you know?
Yes, Lord. So I want to show my gratitude for you coming out. I want to thank you for coming.
Thank y'all.
Listen to me.
Myself.
I really enjoy myself, but I have some gifts for you.
Okay.
And look, something something exclusive, okay? I haven't showed this to the public. I created my own fragrance line, and I thought of a few things that would match you perfectly. I want you to try this one out. This one is called, let's get this one out.
I even love this setup.
Yeah, let's try this one.
I smell it already.
I do too.
That one is called Heavenly, and I think this one will fit you well as well. Some of it weighs. And this is Fruitful.
Fruitful and Heavenly.
Fruitful and Heavenly. And I wanted to show you that I believe in you so much. I believe in you so much.
You got something there.
I'm feeling heavenly. You know what I'm saying?
I want to give you award.
There you go.
So much.
Wow.
This your first Oscar.
Man, look. Can't nobody tell me nothing all day. I got an Oscar. Can't nobody tell me nothing all day.
Speaking into existence, not only I wanted to bless you with something for my clothing line, Yes Lord. Yeah, I said I got a few things for you. Yes Lord.
Man,
I want to appreciate you coming out. So
I gotta bring y'all some merch back. I gotta bring y'all some Hustle Valley merch back. Wow.
So yeah, there's a few things I give you offline, but we want to go ahead and say thank you for Mr. Boxx coming out with us today. And once again, he got some exclusives. I created my own fragrance line.
And it smells great.
Oh, thank you. That's not a paid advertisement.
I was gonna say, if you need me to endorse it,
yes,
what you say, heavenly.
And that's Heavenly, and that's Fruitful.
Heavenly and Fruitful. Y'all go get it right now. You locked in with Boxx the Hungry Genius. Y'all go holler at my girl. Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.